Welcome back to the Sports Rock Show.
Spot rock.
Now we are going to talk rock and roll.
Rock and roll.
Rock
Ain't
and
noise
roll.
pollution.
Cooch coo. Doug, you've got some topics for us.
Well, as we said, if you were listening to us back on the baseball,
If you're still with us at this point.
The NL East
baseball
special.
edition, we started out the program, and I said Johnny Cash would have been 81 this past Tuesday. God bless the man in black.
God bless him. I love Johnny Cash.
I don't think you can understate what he did for music.
A boy named Sue, baby.
You mean overstate what he did for
completely. Or you can never
I
overstate.
mean, the guys in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, he's in the Country Music Hall of Fame.
He transcended
Sure did.
every genre of music.
That was true. I look at that as being more true country than what you hear nowadays.
Yeah.
What you hear nowadays is
It's pop
rednecks
music.
singing pop music.
It's pop music.
Yeah,
That's garbage.
I agree.
Taylor Swift is garbage.
Yeah.
Yes.
She's hot.
Looks like
She's
a
hot, but
looks
she's
like-
garbage.
Looks like a ferret.
I would put it to her. Just saying.
A band that is true to our hearts, the Rolling Stones,
It's only rock and roll, but we love it.
How does it feel?
will have a 2.5 floor exhibition at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame
Wow.
in Cleveland, Ohio.
Starting when?
I believe it's May 24th. It starts.
Wow.
It will run for 10 months. I think it ends up in March of 2014.
Yeah.
2.5 floors. They're going to have stuff that's never been seen in other exhibits or whatever
Yeah.
like that. They're going to.
Are any
Well,
Stones going to be here to
Well,
see any of
I'm
it?
hoping that the opening night, when they have opening night of the exhibit, last year I went, and it was for the Grateful Dead, and Mickey Hart, one of the drummers of the Dead, was there. His band played about an hour, a little over an hour set. It was nice.
Yeah.
And so I'm hoping that one of them shows up. I mean, I wouldn't count on. I would say Woody might.
I'd say probably Ronnie.
I doubt if Mick and Keith do. I just doubt it.
So Charlie wouldn't either then.
Probably not.
You're probably going to.
But Ronnie Wood showed up at the NME
The
Awards.
NME Awards, yep.
So it's possible that he would show up here and do that.
Well, did not to interrupt you, but didn't they have an art exhibit up there that Ronnie Wood was at?
I was at that art exhibit / meet and greet with him. I didn't really meet him or whatever. He was coming down the red carpet or whatever you want to say. I was standing right there when he was turning to go towards the Hall of Fame, and I had a white T-shirt on that had Keith Richards and Chuck Berry on it, and I was like, "Hey, Ronnie," or whatever. "I like your shirt." "Hey, thanks, man." That was it.
No handshake or anything?
No handshake, no
No.
hand bump, no.
But you got acknowledgement, though.
What a little dude.
Yeah,
He's like 5'8" or whatever. I mean,
He
he's
looks pretty
small.
tiny.
Yeah, and he probably weighs 150 pounds soaking wet.
Some
They're
whiskey
little
playing
dudes.
guitar, though.
All them English guys most of them are little dudes.
Yes, you're right.
When-
Most
when
of them
you-
are small.
if you ever
Yes.
see them fairly close up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not small. I mean, they're not small in stature. They're just small in physical height.
But hopefully, somebody shows up. But 2.5 floors dedicated to the greatest rock and roll band of all time after 50 years. They should do it up right.
Oh, you best believe Sprock will be making a field trip there
Oh yes,
Yeah.
at least once.
A trip to the exhibition will be
In the works.
definitely.
Oh,
Yeah,
shizzle.
it should be cool.
Maybe we'll do a live recording from there.
Eh?
With Ronnie Wood as our guest.
Hey,
you never know.
there we
We can pull that off. We can pull that off. It'd
He
be
does
excellent.
have his own radio show, so he is
Yeah.
not a stranger
So is Bob
to
Dylan.
the radio platform.
Maybe we can convince him to do just a couple minute interview with us up there live from the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Ronnie's a good dude. He might. Hey, Ronnie, we're trying to lift an
What
internet
are you always
radio
looking for a
program
good
up.
time?
Yeah.
Let's join us sometime.
Don't offer him a beer or a drink. He doesn't need that.
Free night on the
He's probably
town.
be smoking a fag, but
Not doing the fag, smoking the fag.
Also on the rock and roll
Nothing
world,
wrong with that.
Not the thing.
Carlos Santana is looking to reunite the original band
Okay.
Isn't spring training going right now?
for a new album. Well, maybe
Was he
that's
bringing back Hafner and Martinez?
He's bringing back Greg Raleigh, hopefully on keyboards, Michael Shreve on drums, Neil Schoen on lead guitar.
Is he still banging that
electric
Wedding
guitar.
Crasher or whatever her name is?
Well, he's a Journey. He's probably the leader of Journey, I would guess.
I'm thinking.
What was her name? What was her name?
Oh, yeah, he was banging that.
Yeah.
Neil
That's
Sean was smashed box. The likes we've never seen. Never see.
My hat goes off to Richie Sambora, who got inside Denise Richards'
Fuck
box.
Richie Sambora.
Neil Schoen's a better guitar player than
Richard Sambora.
Oh, I wholeheartedly believe that. Yes.
whether or not he's banging 100 chicks. All bets are off on that.
Wow, that's close, probably.
Yeah.
Dan Toller, ex Allman Brothers Band member, guitar player, died at 65
God rest his soul.
Absolutely.
Hats off.
since our last episode. The Allmans, the brothers have lost a few guys along the way, but
Yeah.
Nobody left to run with anymore.
they're still hanging in there. They'll be playing at the
Greg?
Beacon Theater this week, I think, coming up.
They're on an active
Friend
tour.
of the program, Scott, will be at one of the shows coming up this week.
We got a pretty good lineup right
Are they on tour, I take it then?
No, they're doing like 10 or 12 shows at the
Okay.
Beacon Theater, which they do about every spring. Whether or not they go on tour this summer, I've seen them a couple times. I'd like to see them one more time before Greg doesn't make it anymore.
Yeah.
But you know, when you've got Warren Haynes on guitar and Derek Trucks on guitar, you're doing all right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
you got some damn good musicians right there.
You're doing all right.
Damn good musicians.
Well, all right. So, anything else in the rock world?
Well, I can tell you about Ace Frehley.
Oh yeah.
Kiss.
Spaceman.
And why isn't Kiss in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame?
Don't know. Get it out there. Hall of Fame, assholes. Put them in.
I mean, why isn't Kiss in the Rock? I mean, does
Who
that make
fucking
sense?
knows? No, it makes no sense.
No, it doesn't.
One of the
It
greatest
doesn't.
rock and roll bands out there,
Purely
they're not even
spite.
in there.
I think it is.
It's purely.
I don't see how you could put in Run DMC, and no offense to Heart, but Heart and
Hard deserves
not-
to be there, but not
but
before.
over Kiss, come on.
Yes.
They're finally putting
Oh,
Rush
yes?
in,
Come on.
which
Well,
regardless
Moody
of,
Blues, come on.
regardless of
Personally,
how
I
you
think
feel,
Deep Purple's the biggest snub.
Oh,
right now.
I
Yeah.
agree.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more
I
with
wouldn't say
that.
it's the
too.
biggest, no, but I agree it's a
I agree. That's a shame they're not in there.
Kiss is number 2, probably.
Yeah.
It's just a shame that so many
Personally.
bands aren't
But
in
it,
there.
it has to be Gene Simmons doesn't bow to Jan Winter.
probably.
Yeah.
I mean,
He doesn't bow to anybody.
No,
No.
So,
no, it's a turn a buck.
he's only made mega billions of dollars off of off of this group. It's
I would
like-
assume Gene Simmons is a
brand,
pretty rich
yes.
fucker.
Oh yeah, he does not
Kiss-
like for
I always
Kiss
watched
is a
his
brand.
show. Family
Yes,
Jewels.
yes.
I like
Family
that show.
Jewels.
though.
very
Yeah.
good, very good show.
Daughter.
yeah.
Pretty hot.
Yeah.
Christ, how can you go wrong?
Yeah.
He married a freaking
Playboy.
Playboy.
Playboy of the year.
She still looks pretty
Not
good.
bad. Not bad.
Yeah.
Can't
Shannon,
go wrong
Tweed,
there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shannon Tweed Simmons.
Yes, it is now officially
But-
Shannon Tweed Simmons.
Original Kiss guitarist. Ace
Ace
Frehley.
Frehley, yes.
I do love me some Ace.
My
I'm not a man crush.
Oh, here
But I do
we
love
go.
you.
Here we go again.
Facing foreclosure on his house. He's like $700,000 in back mortgage or Leos or whatever. He doesn't have the money. I don't know why.
He must have pissed away a lot of money.
I would guess he did. He's
Yeah.
he's
got a lot up his nose.
he's been a partier.
You don't think Gene could just float him some money back
I
here,
think
dude?
Gene
He
could,
could, but he
Gene
won't.
won't.
Gene won't.
Gene's a Jew, man.
He is a Jew. And St. Odyssey is a Jew.
Yeah.
That was a
He is
statement
Jew.
of fact, not
He
a
is
statement
Jewish.
of
He is a Jew.
discrimination
I am
or anything
with.
like that.
He is a Jew. actually.
He is Jewish.
He is Jewish, and he and
Yeah, he's
him
a
and
Jew.
Ian don't like each other.
He's a
And,
Jew,
and
he's
he's
a
very protective of his money.
Yeah.
He's not handing out $1 million to
And he's
Ace
not
Frehley
too
because he
high
thinks he owes him.
He's not too
Right.
high on Ace either, so they're not.
Yeah,
Wasn't
they're not
Ronnie Wood in
BFFs.
jeopardy of losing a lot of before like the
Ronnie's
last
no Jew, though.
before like 3 Stones tours ago or something? like
well,
that?
Ronnie Wood was
Yeah,
But Ronnie's not
his
Jewish
money
either.
because
They're good guys,
he was in financial
See, making
situation.
Keith care, so they helped him
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
Gene and Paul are assholes, basically. So.
Well, Ronnie
Paul
Wood's
probably
strong.
doesn't have anything to do with it. It's probably all
No,
Zeke.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, look at it this way, though, gentlemen. If you want to look at it this way, and I feel for Ace Frehley in one aspect, but another way I don't whatsoever.
Hell no, I don't feel
Because
for
you
him
know
one bit.
what? He's made millions of dollars in his career.
That man should never have to work a day in his life. He
No,
be
he should
set.
not.
Well, he should still be a member of KISS.
Well, yeah, but
We agree with that. Well, I agree with that totally. He should be.
So should Peter Chris, but
But they're
he was
not.
another guy that was involved in drugs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Cancer survivor.
well, when your two lead men,
Yeah, actually.
Stanley and Simmons, are pretty much straight arrows. Paul Stanley, I think, will party a little bit. Gene Simmons don't do nothing.
No.
Gene's
He's not. He's
He's sex,
he's
right?
drinking Coca-Cola
Yep.
and banging them out.
and getting high on being Gene Simmons.
Yeah, and doing Shannon.
Gene loves him some Gene.
Yeah, you're
That
right.
is a man
That's,
crush.
that's a, Gene
Yeah,
loves
his own
him
man
some
crush.
Gene.
There is a-
Absolutely.
No diehard Kiss fan on this planet, and there's a lot of them, that loves Gene Simmons more than Gene.
You are right, Zach. You are absolutely right about that. Gene loves him some
I'm
Gene.
gonna love me some me.
But the point
Well,
of it is,
I will admit, I am a proud member of the KISS Army.
yeah.
ah,
I was. I don't know if I'm still active. I was.
Hats off to you.
United.
well, I will say this: I watched the a while ago. What was that? Some type of. It was a reality show where you get a band together and all that.
Rock and Roll Fantasy.
Rock and Roll
Rock and Roll
Fantasy.
Fantasy.
And they had Paul
Yeah.
Stanley on there. And I
Yes.
tell you what, dude's got some serious talent.
He does.
Serious talent.
People knock them for they're just show. They're
Oh no, they're
They're
very
talented.
talented.
Very.
Ace Frehley's one of the best
Ace
guitar
Frehley.
players I've
They've
ever
written
heard.
some of the catchiest tunes.
They've had
Out there.
yeah.
They have anthems.
Yeah,
Yes.
Rock and
absolutely.
roll all night and party every
Yep.
day.
Yeah.
They
That's an
Anthem.
anthem. That's
Yeah.
the ultimate
The
anthem.
anthem.
Yeah.
The
Yep.
rock
Yeah.
and roll anthem.
Yeah.
Is rock and roll.
There's no doubt about
I wanna rock and roll all night
Yeah.
that. Yep.
and party every day.
Thank you, Paul.
Wanna rock and roll all night.
So this guy is facing foreclosure at 700,000 or whatever, some kind of figure I saw like that. You know what?
So is he gonna be out with a bucket on the street playing guitar, getting?
He's probably gonna go beg Gene Simmons and say, "Can I play lead guitar in the next tour?"
And that's not gonna happen.
If he sobers up, it will.
It won't happen regardless.
Yeah, because I think that if you start bringing back the original
Tommy
members,
Thayer's been their lead guitarist for quite a
Well,
while now.
yeah.
Tom
Wow.
Thayer and Eric Singer, the drummer, have been with them longer than Peter and Ace were.
Really?
Yeah, for
A
their
lot
touring,
longer.
yes.
A lot longer.
But
But they're not original members.
not
No, they're not
no,
original.
they're not original members. Plus, they're not putting out the material
Yeah.
Right.
that those guys put out.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's solid, but it's not
Blow your socks off.
the classic. It's not Love Gun and Destroyer and,
Right.
and Hotter Than Hell and a lot. The
Well,
live
there's
albums.
Strutter. And,
we did
Yeah.
an episode a while back where we talked about our top 5, I think, live records. Kiss was in my top 5.
Oh, yeah.
Their first alive record.
Kiss Alive 1 was the
Fantastic.
ultimate.
Set the-
Fantastic
set
rock
the
and roll
standard for
It was ultimate. It was
Fantastic
ultimate.
rock and roll record. Or live record.
speaking of a fag, James is like one up right over here now.
He's trying to get away though, but he's
But
Tethered to the mic.
also, we're going to hear something new coming up on the 12th of March from David Bowie.
Oh.
Interesting.
That's something that kind of came out of the blue
Yeah.
a little bit.
Yeah, because
Wow.
he hasn't had it, if I'm not
Oh,
mistaken.
I think out of the blue. That's a little part of David Bowie's song right there.
Yes, it is, out of the blue. It's
We
been
can
quite a
move
while.
I like Bowie.
But just
I like some of his. I love his old stuff, his newer stuff,
It's
his
too
Tin Machine stuff.
sucked.
I didn't
Suck.
like.
Sucked.
That's laying it out there right there.
I owned it. It
That's
sucked.
awesome.
I wouldn't
Yeah.
buy the CD.
You don't like
It was
it, you don't
terrible.
like
It was
Major
terrible.
Tom to Ground Control. Bowie's got a new album coming. There's your record.
My favorite Bowie is Heroes. Love that
That's
song.
my favorite.
That's a
too.
great song.
It is. a
And
great
I
song.
remember when the Indians used that as their theme song
Yeah.
or whatever. So
Heroes and
back.
Space Oddity are my two favorites.
Yeah,
I would probably
changes.
I would probably put Heroes as my #1 Bowie song. Oh,
It's such a
See, Bowie does a lot of songs that you.
but that would be a good top 5. Top 5 Bowie
That-
songs.
that
We
would
should
be.
do that in a future episode.
That's
Top 5
that's
Bowie.
very interesting. Very interesting there.
I wish I was
Yes.
here for the top.
Yes.
Because I probably would put Heroes would be in my top 5.
China
it might
Girl.
be #1.
I like China Girl.
Who doesn't? Don't break them.
China Girl.
Well, you probably
Chinese girls are
I
so
mean,
You probably
gentle.
break her in half.
They're really
China
such
girl.
a tease.
We love you long time.
You never
We
know
love
what's
you
going
long
on
time.
behind them silky sleeves.
But as far as this is interesting, though,
Me
what
so
you're saying,
horny.
me so horny.
Take me stateside. May love you long time.
But what you're saying too about it's interesting because
That's a little Full Metal Jacket record.
yes, very much so.
That's a great movie.
Yes, it is too. Actually, going to a movie, that's a great movie. But going to the new album that he has out, he is. Like I am a David Bowie fan, but he has done stuff that I have felt was good and stuff that I felt was not so good.
Well, the stuff he did with Tin Machine.
Was
You know who
Oh, my God.
his backup, that band was David Bowie, and the drummer and guitar player, I think, or bass player, I'm not sure, was Soupy Sales Kids.
what's that?
Remember
title?
Soupy
Soupy
Sales?
Yeah,
Soupy
Soupy Sales.
And that's
Comedian.
going back, if you're
Yeah.
an older listener of
Yeah,
rock,
if you're
you
newer,
would know
but if
Soupy
you're
Sales.
younger, you won't have no clue. But yes,
But those guys were the backup band in Tin Machine, and
For our baby boomers out there.
classic Bowie stuff to beat.
It is.
yeah.
There's some great
10
stuff.
Machine.
There's some great stuff.
10 Machine. I'm going to sit here and beat it right now.
Didn't he did Dance in the Streets with Jagger, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
Yes. He also did.
That's all homophobic, friends.
One of the
Yeah.
most homoerotic videos.
He also did.
Well, they were
he
dancing.
did Under
They were
Pressure
dancing.
with Queen.
Yeah,
which is
that's
a
a
great,
great
song.
song.
Yeah.
They were
Great
dancing in the
song.
streets.
Yep.
So I would be interested in that, though. I'd be very interested in what that would sound like, because if it's anything like what he did in his quality time with producing, it would be
In his
great.
quality time.
Well,
It would be great if
I heard
quality.
the first cut off his new record.
Is it any good?
It's
Okay.
mellow, really slow, mellow kind of song. But there's like 10 or 12 songs on the new CD, I think, and there's 4 or 5 up tempo songs of
A little bit of
let's
rhythm.
dance
Yeah.
type of rhythms.
That's better. Which that was actually a pretty good song too. Actually,
Let's Dance was a good song,
Which is a
yeah.
very good song. But I'd be interested in that because, like I said, when he did his 10
Modern
Machine,
Love.
Modern Love, that was a
Get
good
me to the
song.
Church on time.
That was actually a good song. That was actually a very good song. If it's anything like what was off 10 Machine, then it would be like Gag Me and
I don't think there's anything that heavy on there. But the next question would be, would David Bowie tour?
yeah, that's a good question.
Yeah,
I've only seen him once. I saw him on the greatest hits tour, which I'm glad. That's if I had to see something that was cool that I saw that. But,
Was it good?
oh, it's fantastic.
Okay, that's
Adrian Belew was his lead guitarist, I think.
Oh, he's found himself around some good people.
Oh, absolutely. His band was first rate. And if he would tour for this record, and I haven't heard that much off of it. If he's playing some of that new record plus playing the classics, I'm there.
Remember when he did
I'm there.
Howard Stern's birthday party?
Yeah.
For those out there that don't know who Howard Stern is, get a grip.
Fucking idiot.
He's a bit of an icon.
He's an idiot?
No, I said if you don't know who he is.
Oh, I was going to say, Howard said he actually performed live, which Howard Stern had a venue set up that David Bowie performed live for his birthday, which is amazing. It's pretty incredible. But
All right. Well, it appears we're keeping Zach up past his bedtime, so I think it's time to wrap this
Been a long day.
episode of the Sports Rock Show up.
Sparrock.
You cats and kittens have a good time out there till we meet again.
Keep sporting and rocking.